You ever seen a guy decked out head to toe in Adidas stripes, looking like he's headed for the Olympics, then watch him struggle to climb 2 flights of stairs? That, my friend, is the Hyundai Tucson N Line in car form. At first glance, it screams WRC ready. Aggressive body kit, oversized wheels, blacked out grille that says, "I mean business." But then you pop the hood and it's still rocking a humble 1.6 turbo with adequate AWD. You expected launch control. What you get is lunch control. But hold up, don't swipe away just yet. The Tucson N Line isn't just about flexing at red lights. It's a surprisingly well-balanced mashup of sporty looks and practical substance. It's the kind of SUV you can take to Trader Joe's with the kids in the back and still get a double take from a passing Uber driver. In a world where every crossover looks like it was made from the same IKEA blueprint, the Tucson N Line stands out just enough to make you say, hey, this one's kind of different. But is it fun to drive? Is it actually fast? Is it worth your monthly car note? Stick around because I'm about to peel this onion one layer at a time. And yes, it might make you tear up.
Hey you. Yeah, you. The one watching this video without hitting that subscribe button for Carcry. So why not hit sub, like, and that tiny bell icon like you're ordering fries at a drive-thru? Give us the fuel we need to keep roasting cool but confusing cars like this one.
From the very first glance, the Hyundai Tucson N Line isn't shy about announcing, hey, I'm the sporty one. Not race car sporty, mind you. More like dress to impress for a coffee date sporty. The front bumper's been carved up like it's trying to air out some frustration. The gloss black grille looks like it's taking a deep breath before yelling at a Prius. And then there's the tiny N Line batch. So small, so subtle, but placed just right to spark conversation. The real star? Those 19-inch alloy wheels with a multi-spoke machined finish. They look fantastic. And also scream slippery when wet if you overestimate your inner Max Verstappen. Dimensions, 4,650 millimeters long, 1,865 millimeters wide, and 1,665 millimeters tall, with a wheelbase of 2,755 millimeters. Translation: big enough to look tough, small enough to U-turn without recreating an Austin Power scene in a Walgreens parking lot. Ground clearance is a respectable 181 millimeters, plenty of hopping curbs without sacrificing that front bumper to the gods of concrete. Side profile? Clean lines, just enough muscle to flex. The rear gets a full-width T-shaped LED light bar, a spoiler, and, wait for it, fake dual exhaust tips. Yep, fake. But at least they're trying. Bottom line, the Tucson N Line looks stronger than it punches. But for a lot of folks, that's perfectly fine. You don't buy this thing to lap Laguna Seca. You buy it so people at Trader Joe's parking lot think you might have a racing helmet in the trunk. And to be honest, in the under 40K SUV market, not many cars are brave enough to go this sporty without going full ridiculous. The Tucson N Line hits a nice middle ground, just edgy enough to suggest you know what you're doing. Whether you actually do, well, we'll never tell.
Step inside the Tucson N Line, and it's immediately clear. Hyundai didn't just give it a sporty shell. They dressed up the inside too, like it's heading to prom with something to prove. Black and red dominate the cabin, from the seats to the steering wheel, the gear shifter, and even the center console. It's the classic, I'm fast, trust me color scheme. But don't let the color palette fool you. This isn't just for show. This cabin is built to handle everything from grocery runs to full-blown I-spilled bung me in the cup holder emergencies. The seats? Sporty, but not punishing. A nice combo of leather and fabric, power adjustable, heated, and yes, ventilated. That's right, cooled seats in an SUV that costs just a bit over $40K. Give Hyundai a slow clap for that one. Comfort-wise, they're plush, roomy, and will cradle you whether you're 6'3" or built like a Thanksgiving turkey. Rear seats? Plenty of legroom for 3 full-sized adults, complete with rear AC vents and a center armrest. Long road trips? Bring 'em on. Center screen? A crisp 12.3-inch horizontal touchscreen. Basically an iPad Pro with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The digital gauge cluster behind the wheel? Fully customizable. Want a clean, modern layout? Got it. Prefer fake analog dials to feel nostalgic? Also there. And yes, there's a head-up display, projecting your speed onto the windshield like you're flying a jet. Feels overkill at first, but give it 2 days. You'll miss it in anything else. Tech continues with fingerprint recognition to unlock the car, wireless charging, USB-C ports everywhere, a hands-free power liftgate, and solid noise insulation that makes rush hour traffic sound like a Spotify ad in the background. Any downsides? A couple. Some of the interior plastics still feel a bit budget. And the climate controls are all touch-based, meaning if your fingers are sweaty or greasy, good luck adjusting the AC without taking your eyes off the road. Still, the Tucson N Line's cabin isn't just cool because it's red. It's cool because it's thoughtful, stylish yet practical. And that's exactly why so many people fall in love with it before even starting the engine.
Pop the hood on the Tucson N Line and you'll find a 1.6-liter turbocharged TGDI engine. It puts out 180 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 265 newton meters of torque from 1,500 to 4,500 RPM. Sounds decent, right? That power goes through a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, 7DCT, and is delivered to all 4 wheels via Hyundai's H-Track all-wheel drive system. Sounds like a recipe for excitement, or at least something close. On paper, this is a solid engine. It's been in several other Hyundai and Kia models, like the older Tucson Turbo, the Santa Fe Hybrid, and the Kia Sportage. But when it's dropped into something wearing the Sporty N Line badge, expectations get turbocharged. You think it's going to slap you back into the seat, Fast and Furious style. Spoiler, it doesn't. 0 to 60, about 9 seconds. That's comfortably brisk, not, oh my god, hold my coffee. It's smooth, yes. Refined, definitely. But thrilling? Not quite. The issue isn't the power, it's the transmission. The 7-speed DCT is smooth at higher speeds, but around town, in stop-and-go traffic, it hesitates. You hit the gas and it pauses for half a second like it's checking your bank account first. Are we really doing this? For driving enthusiasts, this lag is noticeable. For regular folks, it's just a polite delay. Now, one big win, the H-Track all-wheel drive system. It sticks to the road impressively well. Rain, gravel, or Costco parking lot chaos. It adjusts power distribution smartly and comes with 4 driving modes: normal, eco, sport, and smart. Each changes the gauge cluster color, throttle response, and even the steering feel. One click and the car goes from commuter dad to wannabe rally driver. Fuel economy officially around 7.4 liters per 100 kilometers, which translates to roughly 32 mpg. In real-world driving with mixed conditions, expect 26 to 29 mpg depending on how heavy your foot is and how much your spouse packed for that quick weekend trip. In short, the Tucson N Line isn't going to turn you into a street racer, but it won't leave you disappointed either. It strikes a balance between sensible and spicy, like an iced mocha. Not boring black coffee, but not a double espresso either. Just enough kick to wake you up without giving you heart palpitations. If the turbocharged engine is the front porch of the Tucson N Line, then the interior tech is the smart home you didn't know you needed. And at over $40,000, Hyundai knows you'd better get your money's worth, or at least a solid spreadsheet of bullet points. Let's start with the 360-degree camera system. It's sharp, responsive, and makes parallel parking feel less like defusing a bomb. Then there's blind spot monitoring, automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, rear cross traffic alert, and even a rear occupant alert that politely reminds you not to forget your kid, your dog, or your fast food order in the back seat. One feature that's low-key amazing, the head-up display. Speed, nav, warnings, all projected right onto the windshield. No more glancing down to check your speed while trying to sip coffee, steer, and sing along to the radio. You're now multitasking like a pro, safely. And yes, the Tucson N Line goes full premium on comfort. Panoramic sunroof, dual-zone climate control, heated and ventilated front seats, a heated steering wheel, wireless charging, USB-C ports scattered like Easter eggs, and even fingerprint unlocking.
Yep, you can now unlock your SUV like you're hacking into a CIA vault. Power tailgate with kick sensor, present. Sound system, 8-speaker setup that's not quite Bose or Harman Kardon, but good enough to make your Spotify playlist feel personal. Cabin insulation is decent, and the bass thumps just enough to make your drive feel cinematic without shaking your fillings loose. But, and here comes the fine print, the climate control system is fully touch sensitive. That means no physical knobs or buttons. It looks sleek, but adjusting the AC while driving requires laser precision and a prayer. If you've got sweaty fingers and a bumpy road, good luck hitting the right virtual button before you give up and roll the windows down. To sum it up, the Tucson N Line is basically your smartphone on wheels. It makes daily drives feel a little more high-tech, a little more luxurious, and a lot more enjoyable. No, you don't have to be a gearhead to appreciate it. You just have to like the idea of living in 2025 today. So, after peeling back the Tucson N Line like a slightly overpriced onion, from the flashy bodywork to the red-black interior, the turbocharged but not too turbo engine, and a tech list that reads like a Black Friday wish list, here's the million-dollar question. Is it worth buying? Well, that depends on who you are. If you're looking for an SUV to throw around corners, dust folks at red lights, and make every green light a drag race, then buddy, may I suggest a Kona N or wait for the next Veloster resurrection. The Tucson N Line isn't an adrenaline machine. It's not here to scream. It's here to breathe slightly heavier than usual. But if you want a do-it-all crossover that you can drive to work, haul the kids, pull up to brunch looking vaguely interesting, and still feel just sporty enough without going full midlife prices, then this, my friend, is a smart buy. At around $42,000 MSRP, you're getting a lifted ride with all-wheel drive, a head-up display, 360 cameras, ventilated seats, 19-inch wheels, a pretty face, and a badge that says, "I know what the N Line is," which is more than 90% of people in the parking lot, by the way. The Tucson N Line's greatest strength is its style. It's not a car for speed demons. It's for people who know how to play it cool. The kind of cool that doesn't shout, doesn't flex, but still turns heads. It's like the K-drum elite of SUVs. Sharp, composed, and probably wearing cologne that smells expensive. Its flaws? Sure. That dual-clutch transmission doesn't love city traffic, and the acceleration won't pin you to your seat like the name might imply. But in return, you get comfort, convenience, and just enough personality to avoid looking like every other beige crossover on the road. And as always, if you like your car reviews spicy, smart, and a little suspicious of marketing slogans, hit that subscribe button on Carcry. We don't just test cars, we test the psychology of people who buy them. No fake endorsements, no sugarcoating, just truth with a twist of sarcasm and a splash of espresso. Thanks for watching all the way through. Drop a comment. Do you like the Tucson N Line for the looks, the tech, or just because it doesn't look like a depressed appliance like half the other SUVs out there? Catch you in the next video. Maybe another kinda cool, kinda confused car will lovingly roast.